Praise be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the elder and the apostle of great mystery. Peace, blessing, salutation to the Akim who pushing this truth to the four winds of the heaven. It is Brother Esau coming to you with this precept in daily edification. We trying to make our body a living sacrifice, acceptable to our Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. So today I wanted to talk about Esau bracing as the sword, man. Esau bracing as the sword. I want to start in Genesis. I am going to finish in Genesis. Or I can read anywhere I want in Genesis 27, where Isaac, which is Yahushua in reincarnation, himself pronounced the blessing to Esau and Jacob. So my point, or the point I want to make today, Esau blessing being the sword, it does not end right there. It's like yesterday I did a video about the ritual sanctuary. Jake thinks the ritual sanctuary talking about food or having money in captivity or some brothers being rich. No, it goes beyond that, man. You need to meditate on this scripture, man. Meditate in this scripture and find 2 to 3 witnesses or 5 witnesses, which means it's a precept. Then you can establish your cause, man. Bring out your cause. Present forth your cause, says the Lord of Jacob, man. So be a man and bring forth your cause, man, before the congregation of Israel, man. Make this epistles, man. So today I'm going to talk about Esau blessing being the sword, man. First of all, we need to know in ancient time, the elite, the royal elites, and we call it the aristocracy, or rank. You go to the serfs and the providential workers. You go to these marquis, you go to dukes. Basically, when you watch at ancient history, the dukes were the elite, man. Among the dukes, you go to this ironsmiths, man. Ironsmiths were rich back then, man. The ironsmiths were rich back then. They were considered to be among the family of the elite, man. So, who are today ironsmiths, man? This scientist. So, an ironsmith of 2,000 years is considered to be like Elon Musk of today, man. Elon Musk is a very rich man, man. He is a scientist, man. So I'm going to tie in to the mark of the beast. Esau's sword, starting from the sword itself, guns, his different science, to the mark of the beast. So Esau intelligence, or Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai gave Esau carnal intelligence, man. We got brothers who complain, yeah, Esau is a baseman, Esau is stupid. Look here, man. Esau was given carnal mind, intelligence. The children of Israel are priests, man. You priest, man, even if, what can I say is this? There is a difference between Esau and Jacob, because the sons of Jacob were born to be priests. There is no need for me to bring those scriptures. They are common scriptures, man. We were born to be priests. Who is a priest, man? At the most, the priests are not well blessed in the carnal mindset, man. Although through cultivation or build up in the spirit, we can excel in the carnal mind, like the Moors did, man. The Moors were great Mansons, man, because we are blessed in the spirit. So through cultivation, we can excel in the flesh, man. But Esau, his soul blessing is his carnal intelligence. I know the scripture wrote about Esau being a base man. That does not entail in his carnal mind. Esau is very intelligent carnally, man. Even the scripture admits that. I will bring the scripture if you don't want to agree with me. I am presenting my cause right now. So be a man and let me finish. Esau is blessed in carnal intelligence. The scripture will tell you how. Because you cannot create a sword without being intelligent. So the core of Esau's blessing is his intelligence. That's why I started to talk about the ironsmiths, which were among the dukes or the elite back then. You got the elite of the elite, man. The elite of the elite were the princes among Esau's, man. You got the dukes, you got the serfs and the servant, man. So that was the aristocracy back then. So the ironsmith is equivalent to the scientists of today. So you cannot create a sword without being intelligent, point blank, period. So the core of Esau's blessing is his carnal intelligence. Let me repeat again. The core of Esau's blessing is his carnal intelligence. Through his carnal intelligence, he can create the swords. Let me expand how Esau was given a sword as his blessing. So this lesson you need more explanation than scripture. So you can bear with me. I'll bring scripture very soon, so bear with me. So Esau blessing being the sword, he must be given a carnal intelligence to foment those swords, man. To foment a sword, you need to apply physics, biology, and chemistry. Different combination to come with a metal. Different combination and the application of fire. There's a quantity of heat you need to apply so that you can make the steel swords, man. I watched a movie on the evolution of iron technology, man. It was a great feat to accomplish, man. Many people died in that cause. It was not easy to make iron, man. You're just using iron today. People sacrificed their life for that. Very, very, very intelligent people. So in carnal intelligence was a core to Esau's blessing. You see? So these different sciences or ironsmiths back then, they did a lot of research to come with what we call it iron ores and a right ratio of wire of those chemicals to mix together so that to come with a steel sword, man. From there we come to modern day technology, man. This scientist remember the Manhattan Project. Many people sacrificed their life for Manhattan Project. That is still the sword of Isha. Different scientists like Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a genius. Many people say Albert Einstein was a Confucian face, but still Esau was blessed with carnal intelligence. You can say, some brothers can say, Jacob is a form of all things. I agree with you, but a form of all things in a right hand side, man. Not the left hand side. The tree of life provided knowledge to the left hand side, yes, so that the left hand side can do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Remember, Esau is a sword, man. Esau being the sword of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Yahweh need to give Esau a breakthrough, to give Esau a carnal intelligence. That was a breakthrough in Esau blessing being the sword. So let me not talk much. and they bring out scripture, man. Let's go. Let's first start to establish the cause of this teaching. Ezekiel 28 and 3. So Ezekiel 28, it was talking about ancient Tyre and Zidon, but in the spirit we know this, it was talking about Esau. It was not talking about non-damn Hamite, because this verse go deep into the breakdown. So you can read by your own. This is Ezekiel 28 and 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. So there is no secret which can hide from Esau. Remember, you can come with the point to argue that Esau cannot explore the universe. Remember that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai put a boundary to Esau, which he cannot pass. Many brothers say that as Esau rulership, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai put a boundary to Esau rulership. Yes, that is one among many definition of that, among many breakdown of that scripture, man. Always the scriptures are twofold, even threefold. And so Yahweh Hashem Yahushai put a boundary to the intelligence of Esau, man. He is wiser than Daniel, and nothing can hide from them. It means that nothing can hide from them which was ordained for them to have it. So let's go to verse which says they search diligently, man. They search diligently. So let's go. Let's go to Psalm 64. Psalm 64, verse 6. Psalms 64 and 6. They search out iniquity, they accomplish the diligent search. What does it mean, man? When you go back to history, all of these different medical specialty, for example, gynecology, now our women are enjoying gynecologists and obstetric and these different medical departments. You can go to obstetric, gynecology, pediatrics, internal medicine. Esau used his carnal intelligence, which was blessed by Yahweh to do a diligent search, man, on the left hand side. Back then they used to kill the Israelite woman. They opened their womb to see where the ovary is, to see where the large intestine is, to see where the small intestine is, the pancreas is, to see where the gallbladder are, to see the gallbladder tree, the portal artery, portal veins, to see these different veins and the nervous system. Man. So these things Yahweh Hashem Yahushai didn't reveal to Esau through a holographic disclosure, man, or through a cinema. Esau put on work, man, and he was blessed with the intelligent. What does gynecology and obstetrics, all these different medical department apply to being Esau's swords, man? Remember, what is the use of gynecology and obstetrics, man? They is used as a sword to accomplish which they did in Egypt, man, to kill our firstborns, to kill our male. What do they use now in obstetrics and gynecology, man? Abortion, man. That is among Esau's swords, man. For you Negroes who want to go outside the box, who don't want to meditate in this scripture, you can think Esau's sword. You can think about gun, man. Even this medicine, this physician, that is a part of Esau's swords, man. Obstetrics and gynecology killed many people than the gun. Yes, killed many people than the gun, man. The gun which you say we got to tap into Esau blessing. Do you even know how wide is Esau blessing, man? Biological warfare, man. Esau studied genetics, man. That is among the department in biology, man. You study about different genetic. Yes, genetic is real, man. For you who says that genetic is false because Esau can manipulate genetic because he is a devil. That's where we don't. That's why we don't trust Esau genetic. And that's why we advise you to not use genetic to prove that you are an Israelite, because that is Esau's sword, genetic. You cannot use somebody blessing to prove your point. I told you we were born as a priest, man. We are spiritual people. That is the difference between Jacob and Esau in detail. Jacob was born as a priest and Esau was born as a carnal man. That's why I told you Esau got carnal intelligence. Even the carbon 14 is real. Carbon 14 is real. But the problem with carbon 14 is that Esau used it to his advantage. I know brothers can argue carbon 14 is no. Carbon 14 is really because Esau is able to research this different archaeological and come up with this different timeline that King David ruled from this time to this time, because they got their carbon 14. They use it as their sword and they turn uh, uh, to manipulate history, man. In order for you to be able to manipulate history, you need to know first history, the real history, so that you can come with a strategy to manipulate history, man. That's why I tell you carbon 14 is part of Esau's sword, man, because he can study this different history and come with a strategy to lie on your face, man. Because he knows, man, he knows the timeline, he knows different king who ruled. Esau knows, man. Esau was given intelligence. Esau was given the access to the tree of life on the left hand side, man. So it is no big deal that the carbon 14 is real. But we don't advise you to listen to Esau carbon 14 because he used it as his sword. So you Negro, stand up and tell me, how are you going to tap in Esau's blessing, man? Because all you know that Esau's blessing is a sword. That's what all you know, man. That is part of Esau's a gun. Yeah? You know, Esau's blessing is a gun, tanks, and the nuclear missiles. That is part of Esau's blessing. Even electromagnetic pulse, that is part of Esau's blessing. Biological warfare, man. Esau did a diligent search, man, and he came up with a strain of virus, man. So he created this HIV virus, man. Then he threw to the Israelites who live in West Africa, man. That's why they tell you the strain of HIV in West Africa is more deadly than the West. Because that is Esau's sword, man. How are you going to tap in Esau's blessing? Are you going to create virus? Do you have that capability? No, you don't, because you were born to be a priest. That's why we will triumph, or we will overcome Esau by us being priest, by us going back to our lane, by us going back to our blessing. That's where we can be able to beat Esau's blessing. Because when we cultivate our spiritual power, man. I will do a video about cultivating your spiritual power. When we cultivate our spiritual power, we will be able to overcome the flesh. The flesh include Esau's carnal intelligence, man. That's why you are told our weapon of warfare are not carnal like Esau, man. Carnality include intelligence, using your brain. We are not supposed to use our brain because we are priests. We trust in Yahweh Hashem. Why do we? Although the script sometimes tell you be wise as the serpent and harmless, man. There are certain situations in which you need to trust in Yahweh Hashem. We know Jacob troubles is coming, but we are not coming with a strategy like Esau. Esau is coming with a strategy to overcome the perilous day which are coming, man. That's why he's building this underground bunker. He's prepping for food because he is a carnal man. He's using his intelligence and his fact. That is Esau blessing, man. So all of you Negro who want to tap in Esau blessing, be it prepping for doomsday, digging a bunker, you are going, all of you are going to die because you are tapping in Esau's blessing. You are standing on a wrong side. So Esau's blessing is wider, but the core of Esau's blessing is his carnal intelligence. So let me finish here, because I want to make this wrong. They search out iniquity, they accomplish diligent search. Some research take years, man. Some research take years, man. The nature of Jacob, I can't stay and research something for 30 years. An Israelite can't do that, because that is not our portion. Jacob's portion is not like them. He is a form of all thing in the right hand side. He is the light which shine even to the left hand side. That's why Esau is giving a hard time this Jakes, who thinks that they want to fit in Esau's blessing. So both inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. The heart is deep. The heart, what is the heart? The heart is talking about the mind, man. Not your heart, your fresh heart. Their mind is deep. The scripture is telling you Esau's mind is deep, man. And what does it mean? They are wiser than Daniel. This is a thing which you need to understand. So Jake be trying to find leeway, be trying to find different Jakes who invented these things, who invented the refrigerator. We agree with that, but that is not our blessing, man. Why do you need to invent a refrigerator? Why do I need to invent a refrigerator? I was born a priest. If there is strange weathers and a drought, I can pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The rain could rain, the weather could change, man. These different tornadoes, I can pray and I rebuke them when the tornado could stop. I don't need to come to researches and to think, how can I go and change this weather? What can we do to change this global warming? We pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he can heal the earth. That's why you are told that the earth will be healed, man. Do you think the earth will be healed by us doing researches like Esau, man? And doing geoengineering? We are pleased, we pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he heals the earth. But Esau is carnal, man. That is his blessing. He obtained his blessing by intelligence, carnal intelligence. Let me repeat, carnal intelligence. I know many of you won't accept what I'm talking about, but this is logic, and the scripture tell you. Let me go to Obadiah, man. Obadiah will cut you, you unbelievers, man. Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Where does Esau get his pride, man? Because he is carnal. He used his carnal intelligence to bring facts and the deduction. He deduced facts. He said the chariot can't be true because of this and this and this and this, because they defile his blessing. Yes, that is another thing. Esau can't understand the chariot because they defile his blessing, man. Esau's blessing has a boundary in which Yahweh Hashem shall set. So beyond that boundary, Esau won't understand, man. Beyond Esau's intelligence, the spiritual realm starts there and the take off. Simple like that. Those that dwell in the cleft of the rock represent this different flying bomber which flies on the sky. Cleft of the rock can represent these skyscrapers, man. Cleft of the rock can represent this space force in which Trump wanted to create. Those are clefts of the rock. Clefts of the rock doesn't only represent skyscraper. You need to think beyond that. Cleft of the rock, what does this mean? It simply means somebody who dwelling on higher height, like he's the eagle, man. Does a flying bomber fly on lower height? Does it fly upward? Does a space force created here where you can see? No, beyond your vision, man. Who dwells in the cleft? Esau like, and when he is flying his flying bomber, he thinks that nobody can beat me. So Esau's blessing, it is giving him a pride, man. That says in heart, who shall bring me down? Thou shalt exert thyself as an eagle. Those flying bombers, they fly like an eagle, man. They have precision like an eagle. The eagle have precision and a high eye acuity, man. A eagle fly higher and he zoom downward to see his prey. And when he is coming, he doesn't need to watch his prey because he got high precision. That is the same model this flying bomber were created, man. Esau will set a target and drop a bomb, man. That's high precision, man. High acuity in technology and precision. Eh? So, thou shalt set thy nest among the stars, hence I will bring thee down, says the Lord. The nest of the sky, man. The stars, he's talking about this atmosphere, man. This different satellite. We are going the same. So you Jakes, how are you going to tap in Esau blessing, man? Do you think Esau blessing only means is a sword and the gun? Those satellites which will be watching you day and night during Jacob trouble. Eh, eh. So Esau blessing is a sword. That's why we tell you Esau will bring the microchip because that is his blessing. That is a sword. A microchip also is a sword. Because I told you, even science, biology, and the physics, that is Esau's swords, man. So the microchip is made through combination of those things, man. Combination of physics. That's why you got radio frequency. It being put in the body, that is biology. You see that is the microchip can charge itself through body temperature. Man. The regulation of body temperature, it doesn't need a battery. That's biology. So Esau is using his different branches of his blessing being a sword and his military tanks as a microchip. I told you how the microchip is Esau's sword, man. So Esau's sword, it really goes to his intelligence, man, to create those things in order to destroy you. It includes these different diseases, biological warfare. It includes his physics to be able to fly and dwell in the clefts of rock. He's a flying bomber. That is Esau blessing as a sword in depth. So you need to know this Smith, Iron Smith, back then they were elite, man. Like now the scientists, like Elon Musk, man. Elon Musk is the one who was given to make the microchip, man. So Elon Musk can be compared to those Iron Smiths back then who used to make swords for Esau to go to war, who used to make swords for Alexander the Great to go to war. Man. So Elon Musk can resemble to those men back then who used to make long spears, those long spears in which Alexander the Great used to conquer this other nation. So Elon Musk, he's making Esau the sword again, which is a microchip. So this is Isaiah 46 and the 16. Behold, I have created the smith that blows the coal on the fires, man. Because that's why this Isaiah 44 and the 16 is a stumbling block to you. Because you are putting Yahweh Hashem Yahshua in a box, you think Esau's blessing is just a physical sword, man. Those Iron Smiths which create Esau's sword, starting from a physical sword in which you think a gun, from these nuclear missiles. A nuclear missile is still Esau's blessing, man. For you who think that that is high to be a sword, it doesn't not mean that Esau's blessing being a sword. it means guns and knives. Do you even know the equivalent of Iron Smith back then and now? An Iron Smith back then resemble a top scientist of today's, man. Those scientists which created the Manhattan Project to make the first nuclear bombs can be compared to this Smith of back then, man. Because they have the same status in the society, man. You can't go to war without having this Iron Smith, man. So let's go Esau being the devil, man. Eh? 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 If we want to fight a war, what does Esau make swords? What does Esau make the sword, nuclear weapons, biological warfare, diseases, uh, to go to war? And if we want to go to war, you need to have these people who make propaganda before going to war. Remember Hitler. Hitler got an office, Ministry of Propaganda. He used to make propaganda about this other nation which surrounded Germany back then, so that to control the narrative among the peoples in which you want to go to fight war and lower their morale. That is Esau's sword. A lie, Esau is a liar. That is his sword, man. For you who want to tap in Esau blessing, are you going to lie, yes, like him? Because that is his sword, man. He lie, and then he go to war. He lie. That is part of Esau swords, man. He lie about Iraq. Then he went to war. Iraq, there is a weapon of mass destruction in Iraq. When they went to war, there is no such thing as weapon of mass destruction in Iraq. So that was Esau blessing, him lying that there is a weapon of mass destruction in Iraq. So Esau's blessing is wide than you think that it is a pistol and a gun and a grenade. Even a lie, a propaganda, that is Esau blessing being a sword. This mainstream media, CNN, Washington Post, those are Esau swords, man. Look at Alakeli, how they slandered Alakeli. If Alakeli was in the east or to the Arab, that is the woman which Alakeli took. That is a marriageable age to other country, man. So Esau used his blessing, this mainstream media, to slander Alakeli, and everybody now know Alakeli is a bad guy. So you are just praying in Esau tunes, man, in Esau blessing, man. Let me repeat again: we were born to be priests, man. That's why you don't have to fear about Esau blessing, man. You were born to be a priest, man, and a priest don't fear death, man, because a priest is a spiritual person. When we talk about reincarnation, people don't understand because they are carnal, man. They talk about fact. They are tapping Esau blessing. Blows the coal and the fire, and that brings forth the instrument of his work, and they have created the waster to destroy. So this Iron Smith created the waster. The wasters back then, during Alexander the Great, there were these long spears, man, and the chariot. Now, what is as the Smith making? They are making nuclear weapon. Man. So let's go to Genesis now and finish. I told you I will finish in Genesis. If I started in Genesis, some people wouldn't have understood. Genesis 27 and 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and thou save thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So Isaac told Esau, by the sword you shall live. The sword is wider than you think. The sword can represent biological weapon, can represent his biological gynecology. Gynecology is the sword of Esau, the secret sword of Esau. Gynecology killed many people than the gun. Gynecology itself. We haven't gone to pediatric, internal medicine, orthopedics. Those are different departments in medicine. Orthopedics and all of this other different departments. They have killed more people than all the war have fought in this years. So that is Esau blessing the sword, his medicine, his pharmaceutical industry, his physician. You see, that is Esau blessing. This is virus, this laboratories, big labs and the pharmaceutical. They create virus strain, they distribute to the countries they hate. That is Esau blessing, man. His propaganda in the mainstream media, that is Esau blessing. So, for you who want to tap in Esau blessing, what are you going to do? And I repeat, the core to Esau blessing is his intelligence. So I hope the lesson was edifying. Until next time, shalom.